Welcome everyone to Charts Focus 1, where we teach you how to work hard and trade smart. In this video, I want to go over two of our swing trades exclusively given to the members in the CFO Swing and Watch newsletter, along with a technical analysis video on Sunday night. I also want to show you why patience pays off for swing trades, especially when you are watching and trading the right names. So we achieved some monster gains so far this week from ticker symbols MNST and MBLY. So to start off, let's talk about MNST, or Monster Beverage Corporation. This one is making a very textbook and macro cup and handle chart pattern on the bigger time frames. Here, you can even see it on the weekly time frame, with the cup shown right over here and the flat handle right over here. Now, the reason that we looked at this one at the start of this week is that there is a micro broadening wedge chart pattern within the flat handle of the macro cup and handle chart pattern. Now, I know that was a lot of words, so go back and listen to it again. Now, this broadening wedge tends to give us two different opportunities, one to the long side and one to the short side. I chose this name over the weekend because I was favoring the long side opportunity. Why? Well, if you take a look on the daily time frame here, we are seeing more retests on the ascending resistance trend line compared to the descending support trend line. And you don't even need to count how many exact retests there were for each trend line, because if you use your naked eye, you can clearly see that the price loves to head right back to that ascending resistance trend line and right back to that horizontal level of resistance at 103, which I have highlighted for you guys in red. But not even the retests show you why we favored a long entry. Every single time the price tried to break below this descending support trend line, we bounced back hard. And also, we have to give credit to this horizontal level of support at $100. Why? Well, this is the triple-digit golden number that every public company craves to achieve at some point in time in the market, and MNST achieved that back in early November thanks to earnings gap up. And this $100 level is going to be very, very important for this name as it continues to move higher and higher and higher. So, where was our entry point? Well, if you take a look at this screenshot of the message that I sent in the private CFO Discord and during yesterday's live stream, we got in the 105 strike call contracts that expire on February 17th. And if we superimpose the details in this message, like the time of entry from yesterday, onto the 15-minute time frame, you can clearly see where we entered as shown by this arrow right here. So basically, we entered once we started to move higher towards that previously mentioned 103 resistance level. But then, for the rest of the day, the price consolidated between this intraday level of 102.70 to 103, but it decided to close lower. Now, thank God that we have a stop loss of at least $1 from our entry point, which meant we would have gotten stopped out if the price fell below 102. And why? Well, we usually tend to have a $1 stop loss for our swing trades. And if you see it right here, we made a low point during the last hour of market open right at 102.07. So if we had gone lower after our entry point below 102, we would have gotten stopped out. And so our premium price was around $1.25 per contract, and it ended up today at $1.68 per contract. And this is why following through with your initial game plan, with an emphasis on having a logical and sound stop loss based on the underlying share price, is very, very important. This is where your patience is tested and where your patience eventually pays off. And that is how we were able to currently achieve nearly 35% on this swing trade so far, which is absolutely amazing as an overnight swing trade. So our maximum price target for the swing is currently at 105 and higher, meaning that we want new all-time high price levels with market participation, of course. So don't think that you missed out on this swing trade. There are a lot of opportunities within a single A+ trade setup like MNST right here. Now, last but not least, we also achieved some monster gains on ticker symbol MBLY, or MBLY Global Incorporated. Now, before we go into the details of this swing trade, members had their eye on this name for quite some time. We knew this one had really great momentum since its IPO day, along with the classic textbook uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, with a macro wedge chart pattern forming on the daily time frame. Now, this name fired signals at us that it wants to break out when it decided to gap up on earnings right over here, held that earnings gap up even after filling it in as shown on the bottom wick on this earnings candlestick, and started to consolidate within the earnings price range as shown by these two daily candlesticks. And so with that in mind, let me tell you guys what I told my members yesterday as a chart update for MBLY after the market closed. Word for word, I said, so first off, the 2-hour shows a really nice tight wedge chart pattern as it continues to hold its nice earnings gap up even though we filled it. This is a really good sign of relative strength, plus the numbers from earnings were really good on that report. Definitely something to keep on watch tomorrow as it coils tighter above $36. Now, to tie in everything together, we have an inside day candlestick on the daily. This is a clear indication that this name wants to continue to the upside. Just needs a huge uptick in volume, staying over $36, and we can move higher. And that is exactly what happened today after I told my members that. Now, just like MNST, we got in this one yesterday. So if you take a look at this screenshot of the message that I sent in the private CFO Discord and during yesterday's live stream, we got in the 40 strike call contracts expiring on February 17th. And we got in exactly here, where the arrow is pointing on the 15-minute time frame. So we were holding above $36, making a tightly coiled wedge, as I've said earlier. So we decided to take a riskier early entry right underneath $36.50. So right around here. Now, this paid off as we weren't even close to hitting our stop losses at the end of the day, unlike MNST. And the reason why this was an early entry is that, well, we haven't broken out of this even smaller wedge in the 2-hour time frame. Because if you wanted to get a confirmed long entry point, we should have gotten in around 36.80 or simply at $37, a whole number level. So we saw the results today as the premium price was at 0.90 cents per contract and ended up at $1.65 per contract. And as the price continued to make higher highs and higher lows for the entirety of this day, we took some profits off the table around 80% today and ended up nearly 85% in return on this overnight swing trade so far with the remaining swing position. So this is another great swing trade that demonstrated the importance of preparation and patience. Alright, that is it for this video. If you liked what you heard, please leave a thumbs up down below. And if you're new here, check out the description box below for the subscription link to the CFO Swing and Watch newsletter. And also, make sure you guys check out the other live stream recap videos to continue your learning in trading and also reviewing our own trades with us. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all on another video.